Okay, hello gorgeous, welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. If you are new, it means so much if you guys hit the subscribe button. I do upload every single Tuesday and Thursday, and make sure you turn on the bell to be notified every single time those videos drop. To be honest, I've been wanting to do this video for a very long time now, and I'm so happy that I'm finally sitting down here and going to talk about it with you, because this is something I've been thinking about a lot. You guys seem to love my story times and just me sitting down and talking about things that have happened in my life. Today I wanted to talk specifically about my body image issues and body dysmorphia issues. This is something that I definitely struggle with a long time, and I never really talked too much about it on my channel, and I really wanted to kind of be open and talk to you guys about my struggles, because I know so many people can relate. If you want to comment your stories down below, definitely feel free if you want. 2020 definitely was a big year of reflection. I definitely had time to slow down and kind of like reflect on my life and realize the things that are important, things that aren't important, and realizing that what's important is just, you know, your health and your loved ones, your family. Some of the background noise and other things aren't as important. And a lot of you guys know I am currently on my health journey, and with my health journey, I'm definitely putting an effort now to not only just nourish your body the way that it should be nourished and treated, to live the healthiest life that you can and the longest life, but I think it's also important to learn how to love and accept your body no matter what stage you're at, and to love all the imperfections, because no one's body is gonna be perfect. Even if you think someone's body's perfect, I guarantee you they don't even look like that, or they're even insecure about something. Even when I am healthy and I'm working out and I'm doing the best I can and eating healthy, to know that your body is never gonna be perfect, and you know, you're always gonna have imperfections on your body, or things that you think are imperfections, and you're always gonna have, you know, rolls and marks, and your body's also always constantly changing. So I'm really also trying to learn how to love myself, because for a very long time, I definitely didn't love my body, and I was always looking at the negative things about it as opposed to the amazing things about our body. And I struggled with body image issues and body dysmorphia for many years. It really started when I was going to the later years in elementary school and into high school. It was kind of when I was starting to become aware about my body, because people would make comments and rude remarks about it. While before, I never really thought about my body in that way. You know, I had a really normal childhood. My parents were very supportive, and I just never really thought about that stuff. I was a very shy girl growing up when I was in elementary school, and it wasn't until I was kind of made fun of and people picked on my body where I started to realize that maybe my body isn't good the way it is, and maybe I should change it, and maybe there is something wrong with the way I look. And I remember one point specifically was when I was in elementary school. When I was in elementary school, I did competitive gymnastics. In particular, I did artistic gymnastics. So the reason I'm saying that is that that little detail is very important for this story. So artistic gymnastics is probably the gymnastics you guys know from watching the Olympics or stuff, where you have like the beam, the floor, the vault, and the bars. And that's what I did, and I grew up loving the sport. I ended up doing competitive, and it was a really big part of my life growing up. I remember I was friends at the time with this girl, and her mom was there, and she was talking and basically saying she would never let her daughter do artistic gymnastics because artistic gymnasts are fat and they have big thighs, big legs, and big butts, and she doesn't want her daughter to get fat. And I remember in that moment, it was like my heart dropped. I remember it still to this day. It really stuck with me all these years later, and it really affected my self-esteem. It was kind of the first time I was starting to really think about my body and think that maybe I am too big, maybe my legs are too big, maybe my thighs are too big and I should change it, and starting to really focus on my body and feeling insecure about it. And near that time, going also into high school, I never felt comfortable in a bikini. If I wore a bikini, I was wearing those ones that were like the long kind of like tank tops, like the tankinis I think they're called. Or if I had to show my stomach, you'd always see me holding my stomach like this, because I never wanted people to look at me, because I thought people would look at me and think I was fat and make fun of me. I didn't have a lot of friends, as you guys know, in high school and elementary school, and I did get bullied by a lot of mean girls, and a lot of the times those mean girls would point out things about my appearance, and then I started really focusing on it as well. I was told so much that my legs were so big and I had a big fat butt and I was fat, and it really made me self-conscious about the way I look. It's crazy because now you see the body image image of like the Kardashians and having the hourglass body with the perfect curves, and that's kind of the ideal body type now. I was growing up, the ideal body type that was really pushed and promoted, especially in the media and with celebrities, was being thin, extremely thin, 00, was seen as being beautiful. And that was definitely not me. I always, you know, had a little bit of a shape to me. I never struggled with weight, as in like I was never classified as being overweight. Whenever I'd go get my physicals, you know, by my doctor, I was always at a healthy body weight for my body and my age. But in my head, I always thought I was overweight and I needed to lose weight. And I think just hearing all these things and being told constantly you're fat, you really start to believe it, and you really start to be your biggest critic on yourself. And that was me. I started looking in the mirror and seeing someone completely different, seeing someone that was fat and needed to lose a lot of weight. And I would start to think about, maybe I shouldn't eat this meal, maybe I should skip this so I can lose the weight. And it was starting to become very unhealthy. And at the same time, you know, I used to idolize all these different celebrities, and like I said, at the time, being skinny was super in, and near that time a lot of celebrities were also struggling. I remember Hilary Duff, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. There was like literally every celebrity at the time that I was looking up to was struggling with their body and having EDs. Started to kind of like fixate on my body, and it's just really sad to look back on, because I was definitely not healthy and not seeing what I was looking in the mirror. I was seeing someone completely different. I did struggle for a long time. I definitely became a lot more confident after leaving high school and just growing up. That was probably the first time I wore a bikini and I didn't feel like I had to cover my stomach, was after high school, and I was about 18, 19, and I finally felt comfortable wearing bikinis. But I still was always picky with my body. I started working out and getting into the gym near that time as well. And although I was becoming healthy and working out, I started also sometimes obsessing about it and thinking that if I ate something too much, I need to go work it off and go to the gym and work out. I never would take a photo and just be like, wow, I look good. I always would see the imperfections that so many people probably wouldn't even notice, and it was always just in my head. Now that 2020 happened and I definitely had to slow down, I definitely would kind of quit my working out, and it kind of got with me, my thoughts a lot during this year, and how much I used to really focus on my body and focus it in a negative way, because I would never just look at my body and be like, wow, I look good. I know so many people struggle with this, and it's just how it is, unfortunately. We grow up and we think we have to look a certain way, and if we don't look like that certain way, then we think we're not good enough and we need to fix ourselves. And it's crazy, because that ideal image that I said that's always promoted in the media, whether it's to be extremely thin or now to be hourglass figure with the perfect curves, these standards of images are, for the majority of us people, it's impossible, and it's a slim, maybe a slim population might have that ideal body type, but it's unrealistic for the majority of people. I know when I was looking at the slim image when I was growing in high school, it was literally impossible for my body type to look like that. But in my head, I thought that I could somehow get my body to look like that, but I could never, unless you're gonna go to unhealthy routes. And in the end of the day, that's not healthy. Even now with this whole hourglass figure, feeling like you have to have the perfect curves and the smallest waist, it's just so unrealistic for the majority of us, unless we get stuff done to our body or people Photoshop on their photos, because even for a majority of people, a lot of people don't specify the work they have gotten done, or a lot of people don't even look like that. The people you think might look like that in real life don't even look like that, because a lot of the times photos are fixed and we just don't know that. Us looking at a photo, we think, wow, that's like realistic, that's beautiful, I wanna look like that. But even those people probably don't even look like that naturally or in real life. It just sucks, because growing up, I focused a lot on my appearance because people would talk about it a lot. A lot of the times when girls are mean or don't like you, they focus on your appearance and say everything to make you feel bad, because we know that if someone talks down upon your appearance, most of the time it will affect someone. And it sucks how words do really hurt and can stick with you. There are certain things I could picture today of certain words I was called and certain things pointed about me that I was called, and I remember it to this day. Like I even said that story with an old friend's mom, like it sticks with me to this day, and I'm so much older. Words do really affect people. I'm really on this journey of really starting to be able to look in the mirror and learn that I am beautiful the way that I was made, and I am unique, and I am beautiful no matter what size I am. As long as I'm treating my body right and I'm being healthy, then that's all you can do. I feel like what kind of helped me with all of this and just me realizing was 2020 and having to slow down. Even though there were points when I was healthy and I worked out and I did everything that you should do, I was still nitpicking about my body and still never thinking it was good enough. And I never truly loved my body. Even when people would think I was my most fittest or thinnest, I still never loved my body, and I still didn't see what other people saw. I still saw the imperfections and things I needed to fix about it. I'm definitely on this journey where I want to be healthy, I want to eat healthy, and I want to exercise, but I also want to learn how to actually love my body and not feel like I have to fix this, this, and this, and I have to cover myself because I'm so insecure with my body and I don't want people to see my body at all. So I just wear things that don't show off my body at all. Most of the days when I'm insecure about my body, to be honest, I got in a really bad habit where I wouldn't even put on normal clothes. Like I'll just put on sweats and I'll put things that are shapeless so you can't see my body. And it's so sad because I spent so many years feeling so insecure and feeling so uncomfortable in my body. And why? It's because, you know, the pressures of seeing media and seeing certain celebrities growing up and being called fat by girls constantly, and you start to believe it. I just feel like I always kind of had like an unhealthy body image issue, and I never kind of dealt with those things from my past when I was in elementary school and high school. I never really dealt with those issues and insecurities. I kind of always just put a Band-Aid on top of it, and I always had those thoughts in my head like, I don't look good enough, I look fat here, or this looks disgusting, I can't post this because I have like a belly or something, I have a roll, like normal things that we all have. No one's perfect. It's kind of crazy to look back and realize that I used to buy like those random magazines of celebrities when I was like a teenager, and how so many of those magazines would be like, this celebrity gained weight, they look horrible. And it's so crazy how like that's even a thing and can even be said, and people think it's okay to call out someone's body. I think it's never okay to honestly talk about someone's body, regardless of the shape, the size. It has nothing to do with you. It's not your body, it's not your life. Like it doesn't affect you what someone's weight is. It really doesn't, whether they're extremely thin or they're more thicker. Like it's really no one's business. But it's crazy how society and people think like it's okay to call out someone's body weight and you have the right to do that, when I really don't think any of us should have the right to talk about anyone's body. Even putting myself on social media, on YouTube, like I've gotten my fair share of comments where people would call me fat too and call me all these atrocious names just because people feel like they can comment on you and write nasty comments for no reason just because, I don't know, maybe it makes them feel better. I will never understand that. Like I would never just go on social media and go comment on someone's stuff and talk about their body and appearance and just call them horrible names for absolutely no reason. On this journey to really love my body and not love it because I feel like I'm working on it, and once I hit this weight or once I hit this point in my body, then I'll love it. I'm truly trying to love my body the way it is now, and every single point my body goes throughout life, because your body is constantly changing. I'm just kind of tired of it. I've grown up, I'm a lot older, and I find that older you get and the more experiences you go, you just start to feel a lot more comfortable with yourself than you were. I know I was a lot more uncomfortable with myself, especially growing up as a teenager. I was honestly so uncomfortable in my body for so many years, and I'm just so sick of it, and I'm excited to start this new journey of learning to be able to not look in the mirror and just see the imperfections, to actually feel confident and comfortable in my body. Thank you guys so much for listening. I know it's really rambly and all over the place, but I just wanted to sit down and kind of talk about my experiences, and hopefully you guys can relate with me. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the support you guys have given me over the years. It means the absolute world to me. And just remember that you are beautiful the way that you are. It's okay to, you know, not be that ideal, perfect image that they try to push in social media and the media. And just to remember that it's unrealistic. The times the images you see in the media, it's even unrealistic for those people because they don't even look like that. Whether it's they don't look like that naturally because they got a lot of work done, or they're even Photoshop where in person they don't even look like that. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. I do upload every single Tuesday and Thursday, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!